Welcome to Design Santa Barbara. This week we are in Santa Barbara Design Center, once again joined by noted Santa Barbara real estate broker Terry Ryken. Thank you so much for being here, Terry.
Thank you, Michael, for having
Appreciate
me.
it.
This is a real pleasure.
It is the second segment, your wealth of knowledge, and we'd love to have people like you on our show. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Terry, I understand you work with a lot of local charities. Can you tell us some of them and why they have your support?
Yes, Michael, I'm a huge supporter of giving back to the community. I always have been. I have a very big heart, and it's hard for me to say no. But I'm happy when I do it. A lot of the charities in town I've been involved with. A long time ago, somebody told me you get one charity and you stick with that, and you give them all your support. I just have a hard time doing that. I'm on probably everybody's list in town, and I go to all of them, and I try very hard to be as supportive as I can. I was on the board for the Firemen's Alliance for many years, and I still support them. Council for Alcohol and Drug Abuse, Santa Barbara Zoo, the Arthritis Foundation, the Unity Shop, United Way, Visiting Nurses. There's so many charities in town that I try to support. Film Festival, and I've been sponsors for a lot of these different organizations as well. And I think it started back when I first moved here, and I was invited to my very first charity at the Coral Casino, and I went in and they gave me that paddle, and the minute that auctioneer came out, and I became addicted to that paddle going up and down, and it's never stopped, I guess. But also I'm always very happy that I can give back.
That's very kind of you, and that's what makes our town very special. It's just joy of charity.
Thank you.
So last week you talked about buying homes. Now I would like to talk to you about selling them. Can you tell us about the market in Santa Barbara right now, especially post-disasters?
Yes. Of course, with the tragic things that happened during December with the fires and the mudslides, and how devastated it was. Personally, I was not affected by it, but of course emotionally everybody was, and of course business-wise, it's so hard. I was one of those people that when they first said, don't come to Montecito, even though my office is there, I listened to them. And I didn't get there until probably after 2 months of them getting things cleaned up, and I still was. I mean, what they showed on the news was nothing compared to what it was like. But it is Montecito, and I know there's a lot of still people that need to heal, and there's some people that will probably never go back, and I understand that. But a lot of people have moved to Hope Ranch. They've left there and have gone over there. Things have kind of leveled out in Montecito for the moment, but just like Malibu and with the fires and slides and things they have there, it is Montecito. It's still a beautiful area. Things are going to heal. People won't remember it so vividly as they did a few months ago, and it's wonderful to see how the community has rallied around. I was a big supporter of the Kick-Ash Bash event that happened, and the first responders, and like I say, I was on the board for Firefighters Alliance, and I have a lot of friends that are firefighters and policemen, and I've always supported them. And it's amazing to see how the community came and have given back to them for what they did to help through this whole thing. I see that in real estate this next spring things are looking very good. Our inventory had been very, very down. At one point it was down to around 600 homes on the market, which was I think the lowest I had ever seen it. Now we're up around 800. Things are moving very fast. I mean, because people want homes, and like I think I mentioned earlier, the three that I had, 2 of them went very quickly, and the market is still doing very well and will continue. This is Santa Barbara, and people love living here, and Montecito will survive and rebuild, and is going to be as wonderful as it always was at one time.
Yeah, well, that's great to hear. So where do you see the markets in coming years?
I wish I had a crystal ball, but I guess as far as being in real estate, I'm so glad I'm in it here. I mean, I was from the Bay Area in San Francisco, and I remember coming here, and this was the most expensive place, I'd ever seen real estate before. Now, from what I understand, because it's been a while since I've been, up to the city, but San Francisco is supposed to be like, one of the most expensive places to buy now. I still would much rather be here. It's stable, it's beautiful, prices are good. They're, even when back in 2007, 2008, 2009, when things, kind of tanked with real estate, it never really got terrible here. I mean, things just stopped. I mean, prices adjusted a little bit, but it wasn't that like other areas where things just plummeted and now it's come around again. It's like people, because they can't afford to, they just stopped buying and they, took their things off the market and stuff. But it's always been a very wonderful place to live and a very secure place. And so I think it will continue to be like that. It's a very affluent area. People love being here. It's a wonderful place. Weather-wise, I don't think there's a better place in the world. And so I think it's always going to be a place where people will want to come to. And I think it will continue to be a wonderful place to live.
Yeah, well, the microclimate creates this micro market, in fact, and since it's not growing and people are cash buyers, so there's actually a little of a downside, although wherever you go, the sky is blue. So we took a tank last time, not as hard as other areas, and basically is a great place to be. What advice would you give to someone who's selling the home?
I would say in selling the home is like, like anything, put your best foot forward, which most people here in Montecito do. It amazes me when I go to, people's homes, how impeccable the places are. But, they'll saying about, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So you want to pick up everything of clutter and things like that. If you are one who has collections of things, start to minimize that. Start putting family photographs away. You are going to be selling your home. Even being in real estate and going to different homes, the minute I walk into a home and there's a lot of family pictures, what's the first thing I do is go look at the family. It draws you to that. And you don't really want that. You want people to see your home. They're not buying your family, they're buying your home. And so you want to start, getting rid of some of the more personal items and make it more, where a person will come in and look at your home and start visualizing their self in your home. And they're the ones who are going to buy it. You want to see them putting their furnishings in your home and that kind of thing. If, let's say your things are, older or things like that, many times recommend bringing in a staging company. Sometimes they'll come in and stay, or if the house is vacant, say, a lot of times they'll come in and stage the whole thing. Sometimes they'll come in and use some of the things that people have, and then bring in things. I myself have many storage lockers. I kind of for a while I offered it, and I still do to a certain degree, offer helping of staging myself. I have storage lockers with a lot of furniture and knickknacks and pictures and different things, so that I can bring in myself and help out artificial plants that look, very real, and try to help someone if they want my help that way. So it's just, preparing your house, getting the yard spruced up, just, anything to put your best foot forward.
Wonderful. That's a good advice for sellers. Stay tuned. We will have more questions for Terry after the break. Stay tuned. There is more Design Santa Barbara after the break. This week on Design FYI, we're going to talk about sofas and the unknown mistakes people make. Did you know average American spends 46 minutes a day in a car? But they spend 5 hours and 4 minutes on average on a sofa. So why would you go out there and spend tens of thousands of dollars for something you use for 46 minutes and then go ahead and buy something cheap that you sit on it for 5 hours and 4 minutes? At Santa Barbara Design Center, we create you a custom sofa that is made for you specifically and to your shape and size and comfort and your family. So when you're sitting and watching TV or talking and conversing with your friends, you're sitting on actually something that represents you. Your car represents you. Why shouldn't your sofa? Thank you for joining us on Design FYI this week, and please come see me at Santa Barbara Design Center, 4th and Olive, and let me help you find the right sofa for you and your family.
Welcome to Rugs & More. We provide the West Coast with the most comprehensive collection of new Oriental and antique rugs. Rugs are solid art investments and often become cherished family treasures. Our limitless inventory will warm up your home. Exotic or traditional, tribal or modern, our rugs weave stories through intricate patterns, compelling colors, and touchable materials. Number one in Santa Barbara for over 20 years. Visit us today at Rugs & More, 410 Olive Street in Santa Barbara.
Today on Michael's Minute, I would like to talk to you about fabrics. Fabrics are quite essential items for your upholstery and window covering, and we have a huge selection of them. We have Durally fabrics, Fabricot, my favorite Cravat, we have our own house fabrics, and we have Ralph Lauren. For indoor-outdoor use, we have many different fabrics, and I would highly recommend you to come to Santa Barbara Design Center to see the largest selection of fabrics in town. Santa Barbara Design Center, 4th and Olive. Welcome back to Design Santa Barbara. I'm joined today by Terry Ryken, Santa Barbara Real Estate Broker. Thank you for being here again.
Thank you.
Again, wonderful, and thank you for giving advice to our viewers. I have another question for you. With so much history here, what are the challenges with selling a property designated as a historic landmark? And we have quite a lot of them in this town.
True. Oh gosh, there's so much history here. This is, or I'd love to bring Erin Graffy back, who did a wonderful job.
She's wonderful. She's amazing.
Did a wonderful job on your show. There are a lot of different rules and things that go along with that. If you do purchase a home that is like designated as a national landmark, there are things where you have to go to the city or the county, and you know, there's certain things that can or cannot be destroyed or taken, and there's a whole regimen of what you need to do to, if you have a home like that and you're going to remodel it and do something like that. I don't know if that's answering your question.
If you could explain what are the benefits versus the negatives, cons and pros of buying a historic landmark home.
Okay.
I mean, I get scared of buying a historic landmark home because you cannot change anything in it, just basically.
This is
but
true.
then a lot of people like buying it because it is something historic and they live in something that is value,
right?
Not necessarily as the real estate, but as...
And that's basically, I think it has to do with each person's personal taste. There's a lot of people that wouldn't want to get involved with something like that because they want to come in and just start knocking down walls and remodel and things like that. And there are stipulations that you can't do this. But then you have people that love, the history of Santa Barbara so much and love the different, architecture of homes and, Reginald Johnson and beautiful properties that they want to, Wallace Neff, and they want to keep the integrity of what that architect was and the type of home that it is. And so it's wonderful that there's so many of those people that do live here and they do come in and they want to go through the process and bring the house back to the glory of what it was when it was new. But there is, quite a bit of red tape that goes along with that. On the other side of it, there are tax ramifications or different things that you can get back from it financially that do, help. But it's a longer process, that's for sure.
Should be a labor of love, basically.
Yes, definitely.
Can you assist people from out of town who are looking to relocate Santa Barbara? How can you?
Definitely. I'm happy to work with people out of town. I do a lot of things with the even relocation areas, and I've done ads in their magazines and things like this. People call me all the time. I can do stuff through the internet. I went to work for Compass 3 years ago. They've been around for going on 5 years. They're a new company that are wonderful as far as technology and very innovative. The two CEOs, one had a marketing background, the other one had a computer background, and they have dedicated most of it into online selling of homes. I still do a lot of print ads, mainly locally, because people, want to, see their homes out there, and when people come to town, they want to see what's there. But the whole market in selling homes has changed with the internet and all of that. And I know people, well, I myself have actually bought a home where I never even saw it. I did it all online, and the first time I walked into it, I owned it. And there's many, many people in Santa Barbara that are the same way, that they are from out of town. Most people do come in and fly in and go see it, but there are many people that it's all done over the internet. They are happy with what they see on videos and pictures, and make the decision, buy the home, and then come in. And I can help them and orchestrate everything, while I'm here and they're somewhere else, and they come in. I can be of assistance to them no matter what.
Wonderful. That's a new age of digital marketing, and we're going to get to that a bit later. Can you share with us some of the properties you currently have on the market for sale?
Well, I've been very blessed that I've been working with quite a few buyers lately. I normally do have a lot of listings. I recently sold 3. I have one in Montecito that's a French-style home, beautiful, on just under 2 acres. It's a lovely, lovely home with very formal gardens. Some of my listings were after the mudslide incidents and the fires. My clients decided to take them off the market for a while, to rent them out to people to help them, during this crisis time. Most of them were rented just for about a year, so they will be coming up again. I have a beautiful home in Hope Ranch that's going to be coming back soon, and it has a gorgeous ocean view, Spanish style, and so that's one that I'll be marketing again very soon. And I have quite a few things, coming in that I'm working on at the moment that will be coming on the market very soon.
Beautiful. How can people find you or contact you?
The best way is probably through my website. It's terryryken.com. They could also Google my name, and my information comes up. Again, I am in, almost all of the real estate magazines in town. I do try to have ads in, and so my information is there, and pretty easy to find. So I
terryryken.com.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I understand you brought your wonderful crew with you.
Yes, I did.
And we would like to, viewers would like to get to know them. Why don't we go downstairs to Design Center
Great.
and see them?
Great, Michael. That would be wonderful.
All
Thank you.
Stay tuned. There is more Design Santa Barbara after the break. Today on Design FYI, we're going to talk about what not to buy when you're going shopping for rugs. Most big outlets or national chains, they sell nowadays hand-tufted rugs. This sounds like it's hand knotted, it's done by hand, but actually they are not. It's called hand-tufted, and it's actually a gun that rolls the wool around the warp, and they are not good rugs at all. So this is a sample we're having here for you to see. Anything that has a backing like this, flip your rugs over at home, see if it has a backing, is absolutely not good. So what it does is it hides what they did below this thing, which is a latex glue, which actually is toxin. And if you have got any rugs over the net, I hate to say it, over the net, because it's easy to sell and they're inexpensive, you buy these things over the internet. So when it comes to your house, they smell. Have you noticed that? They smell more like a gasoline or more like a diesel, because they don't let the latex cure. And the latex that glues this wool to this backing smells a lot. On top of that, they shed quite a lot. The wool is cheap because they need to be inexpensive, and they shed. I would not recommend you to get anything, again, that has a backing and is glued, because it comes apart very easily. It is temporary. It is not a green product because they wear very quickly, end up in the fill, and just basically as a landfill junk we are adding to our planet. The things I would recommend you to get unlike these things that have backing, is the rugs that they have nuts to them. So as what to buy, I highly recommend you to get some rugs that they are hand knotted. And how you can see, flip it to the back, and you can see the knots are done individually, and each one is slightly different than the next one because they're done by hand, and the intensity of the wool and the pull they have, the weaver, makes them look different. Also, the sides are done by hand. That you can see very easily. If you want to buy a real rug, please come to Santa Barbara Design Center and I can gladly help you. Thank you for joining us on Design FYI, Santa Barbara Design Center, Fort and Olive. On this edition of Michael's Minute, I would like to talk to you about mid-century modern furniture. Mid-century modern is described as the period between 1933 and 1965, in which designers such as Eames and Nakashima used clean lines and futuristic materials to propel design into a post-war era. At Santa Barbara Design Center, you can see and feel a variety of mid-century inspired furniture, including our signature leather chairs and recliners with classical wood frames. Accent them with side tables, daybeds, ottomans for a slick, artistic look. Customize these pieces to fit your home perfectly. To bring mid-century modern style to your home, please visit us at Santa Barbara Design Center, 410 Olive Street. Now we are downstairs at Santa Barbara Design Center, joined by Terry Ryken's wonderful team. Can you please introduce them to our viewers?
Sure, Michael, thank you very much. This is my team, Judith Schweller and her lovely daughter, Karina Schweller. And we've been working together since 2009. And it's wonderful to have them as part of my team. You can't be everywhere at all times. And they make me look wonderful all the time. I don't know what I would do without them. And so this is Judith. And Karina, why don't you tell the folks what you do for me?
I am Judith. I am Associate Realtors of Terry and feel very fortunate to be part of your team and work along you. I am also the transition coordinator and being with you along the whole real estate process.
Thank you, honey.
I'm Karina, and I love being part of a team because we each bring a different talent to the table. Judith and Terry are so wonderful at staging the homes, which makes my job of taking the photos much easier. I do the photography, the website, the digital marketing, and also we do a lot of print ads with local papers to get out to the community.
It is a new age, as we mentioned, and it's very important to have the presence on the net, actually more so than being on the print or anywhere else, as the whole world has changed. So maybe Karina, you can explain what you really do detail-wise and why is that important?
Well, we try to get across a lot of social media platforms, and now the trend is always moving towards more mobile phones. So we're making it easier for you to access Terry's website on your mobile phone, on your tablet. And email newsletters are really integral part of marketing today. And we try to make a list of people that is really specific, people that care about getting the updates, so that we're not just sending out to thousands of people who are not interested. And we work on making quality content. We try to get the quality content out to the public.
So I do the same things for my business, but mine is more concentrated for locals. Is your aim to reach a broader audience around the world, more locals, or you have a specific areas? Because as see my business, I see there's a lot of people from Texas coming to our town. Very interestingly, I don't know, is that the same case with you or not? I mean,
yes, it is. A lot of people from Texas, a lot of people from the Bay Area have been coming down. So you do have a lot of local people that are, buying and selling, but you get a lot of people from out of town that come. A lot of Europeans come here.
They do.
Judith is a perfect example. Came from Europe and fell in love with the area and stayed here. And we market in China. We market all over the world, thanks to Karina. Two things I'd like to say about her. I was told once that, because I was doing so many print ads, and I wasn't very much into the internet at the time. And somebody said to me one time, they said, well, Terry, if I liked your ad in the paper or magazine, that would catch my eye to go to your website, and that would then tell me whether I wanted to call you or not. And when I heard that, because I'd been spending a lot of money on print advertising, well, it was around that time that Judith was working with me, and I found out Karina, did this for and had a degree in it, and her whole background is internet and all that, and so she started working with me, and she does a great job of keeping the internet and my website and everything up, which is wonderful. And she was instrumental in getting me into the airport this last year. And so every time you take a trip or come home, you'll see my face on some of the pillars there and on the monitors. I greet you and welcome you back to Santa Barbara and wish you off when you're going on a wonderful trip.
Is the first thing you see in Santa Barbara and the last thing you see in Santa Barbara. That's wonderful. Excellent.
And hopefully you'll call when you need
Definitely
my
will.
help.
Definitely will. Again, I want to thank you all for joining us, for being in our show. Thank you for giving the insight of real estate in Santa Barbara to our viewers. Looking forward to have you again.
Michael, thank you so
Thank you very
much.
much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Thank you.
This was such
All
a
right.
pleasure.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.